Hi everybody. I thought I'd do something a little different since I'm at the doctor's office and I have some time. I thought I'd take you for a nature walk. Do you like going walking out in the wild, in the woods, or outside even? Well, I do. These beautiful little flowers, you know what they turn into? They turn into dandelions, or what some people call wish flowers. You know, where you blow on them and you make wishes and they go far, far away, and the little seeds go far away, and you make wishes and your wishes come true on wish flowers. Look how dry. That looks like wheat, but it's not wheat, but it looks like wheat, doesn't it? Do you hear the birds? Do you hear the cars? Yep, we are outside. I hear the birds. So we're just going to go walking and see what we can see. I thought I saw a grasshopper jump up. I'm hoping that the hawk will come back and we can see it. You hear the bird? Watch for the grasshoppers, because they will jump. Remember, grasshoppers won't bite. They just jump. They like to jump, and they like to rub their legs together and make noise. That's the crickets, right? Not grasshoppers. Grasshoppers don't make noise. I'm so silly. But crickets do, don't they? And what you hear now is a bird, not a cricket. And look how pretty. Look how pretty. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Like if you painted it, you could spray paint it and dry it, and it will, because it's prickety, it's stiff like a porcupine, and then you could dry it and put it in an arrangement. I know people who make wreaths and they put those in their wreaths, don't you? And look, I see white flowers. You see the pretty white flowers over there? And there's some more of those. And you know what? If you notice, there's no trash. Isn't that wonderful? You should never, ever, ever litter. And litter is just trash. And so you should never throw our trash down. Oh, I see a piece of litter. I'm going to show you. I see several pieces. Do you see litter? I see litter. Litter is spelled L-I-T-T-E-R. Litter. There's some more litter. Do you see more? I do. It's not nice to litter, is it, boys and girls? It just turns everything ugly. Look, there's some more litter. Somebody just threw out a bag and didn't think about it, did they? And look, there's a straw paper. All it takes is for you to take a few seconds to throw away your trash. And you should always throw away your trash. There's more. So, you hear that noise? That's a hawk. I wonder where he's hiding. Hawks like to sit on top of the trees way up high, so that way they can watch for little mice and other kinds of little critters that they can eat. Hawks won't eat you, but they do eat little animals like mice and crickets if they have to. Do you want to learn how to spell hawk? H-A-W-K. That's how you spell hawk. And see, look how pretty. That would be pretty if you cut them and dried them and then put them like in a flower vase and made a big arrangement. I like decorating. Can you tell? I like using things from nature and making our inside of our homes look as pretty as the outside of our homes. Look, I wouldn't use the wish flowers because it would make a big mess, wouldn't it? Have you ever seen a pine cone? Do you want to see a pine cone? Because you can do fun things with pine cones. There's a pine cone right there. And do you know you can make a turkey for Thanksgiving out of this pine cone? Should I take it and let us make turkeys out of this for our arts and craft project? What do you think? Should I? You want me to take it and make a craft project? And look, if you flip them over, it looks like a flower. And you can actually paint those to look like flowers. And you can make a wreath out of them. I like finding pine cones that are very, very big. And look, this is called a pine tree. See? Look up there. See all the beautiful pine cones? And that is a pine tree. But do you know that of all the trees that we have on earth, that the pine tree is one of the weakest trees that God makes. Pine trees are not very very strong. And so what that means is when there's a storm coming, that if you have a pine tree and a maple tree, that the pine tree could easily fall over or a limb could break, and that's because they're not very strong. But a maple tree is, and an oak tree is, and so many other trees are. And so we can take this little pine cone and we can make a turkey out of it. I'll show you how coming up very soon. I can't do it now because, like I said, I'm at the doctor's office. Do you hear that airplane? Do you hear the boys and girls? There's a school not too far from me, and that's why you hear boys and girls playing on the playground right now. Look how long that piece of grass is. Wow. You see? Isn't it a beautiful day? And God made all this beauty just for you and just for me and for everyone, you see. God did all of this so that we can enjoy nature. Look at this unique little tree. I don't know what this is. Do you know? But isn't it pretty? Would you put that on a wreath, or would you put it in a decoration? And look at the leaf. The wind blew it and it got stuck on the tree. Let's rescue it. There we go. We saved it. See? We did something good today. And look how pretty. What does that look like to you? Isn't that beautiful? You want me to touch it? Let's see what it feels like. Oh, it's so soft. It feels like a bunny rabbit's ear. It is so soft. Yes, it is. Look at there. Isn't it beautiful? I just love being outside and getting to see. Do you see what I see? I see a orange and yellow leaf. Do you see it? Look at there. It's all there all by itself. I see another one way in the tree. I see 3 of them. Do you? And there they are. Isn't it beautiful? Yep. God did wonderful things, didn't he? And look, these trees are little trees. They're baby trees, aren't they? Wow. Isn't it beautiful? And look at the yellow tree way back there in the back. Do you see that yellow tree? And behind the gold tree is a pine tree. See how big it is? And there's a big pine tree. Yep. Trees are everywhere. Do you have trees at your house like this? I have lots of trees. And when I was a little girl, I grew up on lots and lots of land, and we had lots and lots and lots of trees. See, there's a pine tree. Look how tall it is. It's way up in the sky. And look at all the beautiful leaves. I like going and seeing if I can find a red leaf and a yellow leaf and a green leaf and an orange leaf and all the colors and collect a leaf of all the colors. Do you like doing that too? I bet you do. Look how pretty. That yellow stuff is called, I think that's goldenrod. And that stuff will make you sneeze and makes your nose run. It's not fun. But look how pretty the grass is. These are grasses. Did you know that grass comes in all kinds of colors and sizes? I know. And you can decorate with these big, big grasses. Look at that little trail. Can you imagine if we were standing here and all of a sudden a deer came out from behind that tree? I see bees. Do you see bees? If you look really close on those yellow flowers, you'll see bees. I saw a bee, a bumblebee. Let's go look at these beautiful purple flowers. You want to? Look at there. Would you like to make a video of your outside world? And then you can show it to your family and friends at Thanksgiving. And look, we can get really close to the goldenrod. So, I hope you've had a fun time being outside with me. I know I have. Did you see that little tiny little bee? I hope you can see all the fun stuff that I see. Do you see the beautiful purple flowers over there? There they are. You see them? Wouldn't it be neat if we looked over there and there was a deer? Wow. Have you ever seen a deer in your yard? I have. What have you seen in your yard? I bet you've seen bees and birds and bugs and leaves. Do you have pecan trees at your house? We have pecan trees in my neighborhood, and we have lots of pecan trees. Look over there. Did you hear that? You listen. Do you hear the boys and girls? What else do you hear? They're having a good time on the playground, aren't they? Do you like playing at school on your playground? Do you like making noise like that? It would be so neat if we could see a deer out here, wouldn't it? But I think because of all the cars that we're not going to see deer. But deer don't mind cars. They like cars, unfortunately. They'll run out in front. See the red leaves on that tree? And there's the pine tree. Look at those red leaves. It would be pretty to put that in a frame and then put a picture like of you sitting on a leaf, on a group of leaves, wouldn't it? And what else would you do with leaves? What else can you do with leaves besides putting them in the frame? Can you build a house with leaves? You can build a fairy house with them, can't you? You can make fairy dresses, and you can take a acorn for their face, and then you glue the leaves to make their dress or their shirt to make their body, and then you can make hair out of like the grasses like this. This would make great hair, wouldn't it? I want you to this week to go outside and find all kinds of neat stuff outside and see what you can come up with. What would you use to make a dress with, or a shirt and a pair of pants with? And what would you use to make hair? And what would you use to make, would you make shoes? Would you make shoes for their feet, or just give them feet? Would you, or would you not give them feet? Would you give them hair, or would you not give your little leaf doll hair? What would you do, and what would you make out of your leaves? You can make puppets. Have you ever thought about that? You make your little animals out of the leaves and the nuts and out of nature, and then you could put on a puppet show, or you could write a story using all your little friends that you made from nature. And what would you call your friends? Would you call them nature friends, or would you call them what would you call them? What would you name your story? I bet you would write a big story and have a great big adventure. It would be so much fun. I think you should do that. I think you guys should make something out of using the stuff that you find in nature, and then you should write a story. And then you could videotape it and show it to your teacher and all your family, like at Thanksgiving. It won't be long before Thanksgiving will be here. And we'll talk about Thanksgiving when it gets to be closer to Thanksgiving. Look at this. Do you know what kind of tree this is? This is a baby pine tree. Look how little. It's just barely taller than me. But this is a baby pine tree. It smells so good. And look at, that's a little maple tree, I think. But look how they're babies, aren't they? And when things are little and in size, we have to take good care of them. That's why you should never, ever litter. Because when you litter, it takes away the nutrients and the vitamins that are in the dirt and that are in the plants. So never, ever litter. But you know what you can always do? You can always come back to story time with me and spend time with me and have a great time like we are right now. So I want you to let me know. You can go to my Facebook page and let me know if you made something out of nature. Did you make a turkey using a pine cone and construction paper? You can do all kinds of fun stuff. We'll make a turkey. I'll show you how to make a turkey if you don't know how. And that way you can make a turkey for everyone at Thanksgiving. You can even tie a string on it and put peanut butter on it. And then you know what will happen? You can add bird seed to the peanut butter, and the birds will come and eat it. And you just made a bird feeder. And then whenever the birds are finished with it, you can just throw it out in the woods and it will just disappear. Isn't that neat? I think so. We'll do a bird feeder using a pine cone too, okay? Well, I'm so glad you came and spent time with me outside while I was at the doctor's office. I hope that you'll come back again and we'll go for another walk at my house when I'm home. Would you like that? And maybe we'll see butterflies and bees. You want to go see the flowers before we say goodbye? Let's go see if we can find a bee in the flowers. Can you spell bee? B-E-E is how you spell bee. And look at those flowers. Aren't they pretty? I see bees. See those little tiny bees? I see them. And look, there's a bee. Nope, that's not a bee. See? That's not a bee. But do you see any bees? Let's go look at the other flowers and see if we can find a bee in there before we say goodbye. I see an ant bed. Do you see an ant bed? I see an ant bed. Ants are our friends, although they may bite us and they may drive us crazy, but ants do something for nature too. Let's go look at the pretty, pretty flowers. You want to go see the roses? I'll show you the roses. Look, we're going to see a bee. I just saw one. See? There's the roses. There's the bumblebee. Look at there. We can actually see it. Look at there. Do you hear it? Listen. Do you hear it buzz? There he is. There he is. There's the bee. What would you name a bee? Would you want to have a pet bee? Look, there's a baby bumblebee. Did you see the baby? I saw the baby. What would you name a bumblebee? Would you name him Bob? Bob the bee? Or would you name him Bradley? Bradley the bee? Or would you name him Oscar? Oscar the bee? What would you name the bee if you had a bee? Do you know that some people actually do have pet bees? They're called beekeepers. And they take care of the bees. And you know what bees make? They make honey. See? He's getting the ball in. Did you hear him buzz? Look how pretty and yellow that one is. Yeah, I'm not hurting the flowers by pinching them. You just have to know what you're doing to be able to do this. I'm not hurting them. I'm helping them. See? And when you pinch them, they will grow more flowers and more flowers. So do you like the yellow ones? Like this? Or do you like the white ones? Or do you like the white and pink ones? I like them all. I'm sorry, I just do. There's some more pink ones. The pink ones must have bloomed first. What do you think? I think so. I think the pink ones came out first. And so that's how come they're dying. And now we have yellow ones. Yeah. I like yellow roses. Do you know why? Yellow roses are the sign of friendship. Yes, there is. Do you have friends? I have friends, and I'm so grateful for my friends. I have a friend named Tammy, and I have a friend named Marcia, and I have another friend named Daryl, and I have a friend named Laura, and I have a friend named Sonia. I have lots of friends. Yes, I do, but look what I just found. Look at the heart. Do you see the heart? Look at there. Isn't that neat? Anyway, I was telling you some of the names of my friends, but I have lots of friends, and they love me, and I love them, and I am so grateful to have friends. We all need friends, boys and girls. Don't ever let someone tell you that you don't need a friend, because we need friends. God is our friend. Yes, He is. God is our best friend. Did you know that? And God loves us just the way we are. Because you know why? God made us. Whether we have red hair like me, or dark hair, or blue hair, or green, or orange or yellow, or brown or white, God made us just the way we are. And He made us all special. So thank you for coming and spending time with me today while I was at the doctor. And I can't wait to spend time with you again. Goodbye, everybody.